I want you to get to it.
Yeah.
Hello. Logical. Say hi. What? Hi. What's going on?
My nail's too long now when I would like this.
Oh, you couldn't get to the...
Yeah.
I know, it's murder, isn't it?
No,
Why don't they make them that work with nails?
them.
It would be much easier. Anyway, welcome. Good afternoon. Welcome to the second hour of our brand new Minecraft Studio launch. This is super beautiful. Field of flowers. Wait till you see this. We've got our Amanda. David's gone to sort his legs out with his horsefly bites because they're not good. So you got me. Surprise, surprise. I know it was a surprise for me too, but it's quite nice because I like doing stuff like this. I'll learn loads on Minecraft Studio shows as well. So brand new today, but first of all, you need to know where you can watch us and how to shop. So you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and on our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. If you're going to shop on either of our social platforms, we're going to show you a product, and that product will have a code. And all you need to do is type shop and then that code into the comments underneath that video, right? So you don't need to go away to go and find another website to find the product, to put it in your basket. You can carry on watching the demo, so you can shop while you watch, which is brilliant. Then what you'll do is we'll get a message from us to your social media inbox that says thank you very much for your order, and also in that message there is a link. When you're ready to check out, and the sooner you do, on this show in particular with the download, the sooner you can be crafting because it's instant and there's no postage. So click that link, that will take you to our website, to the login page. Please log into your account. That means you get your extra club discounts, your loyalty points for every £1 that you spend, and on a basket spend over £35, no shipping, which is what we love, right? Doesn't apply to that because there's no postage anyway because it's digital. And Stephanie was saying she read a really interesting report over the weekend that digital has a higher perceived value than physical because A, you can never damage it, and B, you've got it forever.
Yes.
And C, you never need to replace it. So it's really interesting, isn't it, how the world is slowly, especially the world of craft, is moving it over more to digital. If you want to shop with us on our website, highlightcrafts.com, you can literally bring it up on your screen and all the items will appear down the right hand side. Just add the ones that you would like to purchase to your basket. They'll appear in a little red shopping bag at the top of your screen. When you're ready to check out, click on that bag. That will take you to login and then to check out. You can also shop ahead. So if you're going out this afternoon and you're not going to be back in time for 6 o'clock, but you think, well, there might be something I might need on there, or any of the shows throughout today, if you go into highlightcrafts.com, there's a banner there that says shop today's deals. Click on that for club members and it will show you all the different deals on all the different shows, which is exciting. Right, I've got Andrew producing this hour.
Hello.
We've got Amber on cameras with her long fingernails. And we've got our Amanda who's going to be demonstrating for you. Right, Amanda, let's start right at the beginning, Minecraft Studio.
Yes. So this was launched this morning, myself and David. It is just a stunningly beautiful download. Totally fell in love with this. Working with it, just create some really timeless artwork is in here, okay, and it's for everybody. It's just beautiful, but not only is it for card crafting, I think it's for everything, all cross purposes on this one, whether you're going to be making home decor, etc. So it is all about the field of flowers and it is just gorgeous. Now,
So, David hasn't done anything wrong. He's gone to the doctors because he got bitten by horseflies and they've gone a bit funny. I know. So he's going to get his legs sorted out. Had his balls organised last week. Now he's got his legs
and
today.
he's getting his legs dealt with.
Absolutely.
Anyway,
As in polystyrene eggs. Oh, go on, carry on.
if you weren't there, it's somewhere on our Facebook
Yeah,
for
go
you
and
to
have a
see
look.
it.
It's
It is
hilarious.
very funny. Mel gets, they all fall on Mel and everything. It is really very funny. So these are your backing papers, okay? All your different flowers, textures, there's lots happening in here and it just keeps giving. So we've got your florals, your ditzes. I love these stripes, okay? And they're going to be all through the year as well, I think. So again, some of these I look at them and I think, oh, that would be a beautiful wallpaper. I'd really like that. This especially was something that I was drawn to. Both David and myself have done projects using that particular one. Moving on, so again, all of these, and then your papers also correspond later on with the toppers and the sheets that are in here as well. So, and again, a rainbow of colour, okay? We've colour picked everything so it all works beautifully. So then you go on to your florals. Now the florals, also you get a decoupage sheet.
That for me, Sospeso Trasparente. Make your own dimensional flowers,
Which are gorgeous.
flowers, which are going to be brilliant with that sheet.
If you turn around, Mel, and have a look on that end card.
Yeah, there you go. Sospeso Trasparente.
That's exactly what has been done with that one.
So if you don't know what this is and you've no idea what I'm talking about, this is a film. So it's a clear film, or you can buy it in white, and you print off. So you use Micro Studio, bring all the flower heads on to one page, print it off on rice paper, and then put it on the back of the film. I've tried it with a really thin copy of paper. There's too much structure to it. You need something that's very open, like rice paper, and then you can cut them out. So those flowers could then be dimensional like this because you heat it. We've actually got a show on it on Saturday morning. Myself and Stephanie are doing Saturday with you this weekend. So we've got Sospeso on there. But anything like this, anytime you see something with Micro Studio with florals on now, birds, butterflies, all that kind of thing, it's going to be perfect for using with that as well. So it's now not just a one-hit wonder anymore. You can do this all sorts of different things.
So each time you've got the elements, but you do get the decoupage sheets as well.
Brilliant.
Then these are your design sheets. So this is print off, and everything is on here that you need. You've got your backing papers, your mats and layers, all your little toppers, sentiments, and even a little band of ribbon. Everything on there for you to make your card if you like to make a quick card. Then we're going to go on to the digi-stamps. Now the digi-stamps are where you then become the designer. So on one of the cards that I made, I chose to pick this. Then I picked some of the taller elements and just extended it and made just a grayscale topper for a card. But again, imagine working with all this, printing it off and using it on your pyrography. Let's keep going. All of this and more besides.
Tool to make really funky backgrounds, and then using these as silhouettes over the top.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous. Then we're going on a little bit further, so these are even more of your images, and then we go on to some of your toppers. You've got your wreaths in here as well, and then also we go on to a little bit more where you've got your toppers, but we've broken it down. So we've given it you here with the sentiment, but we take it out. But then we take the sentiment out and give you that on its own. Then we take the words out of that. Then we give it you as a wreath. It just keeps giving and giving.
Brilliant.
And like I said this morning with David, even though all of this is suggested that it's coming from our archive, so this is the Microfts, this is timeless. This, when we were looking at this morning with David, and when I had the pleasure of working with it, I said, even though it's from our archive, you would think it was made yesterday.
Oh, it's stunning.
Wouldn't you?
Absolutely. It's
You
stunning.
would think it's made yesterday. And I love these. These are some of our favourites. Now this, it's almost like it's come out of a botanical book.
It is.
So this print, even just that on its own, just to print it out and pop it in a shadow box and put it on the wall, just as a piece of artwork, is gorgeous. Absolutely wonderful. So then we go on to our birds and our butterflies. Then we've got some of our sayings and things. But you know, that's really, if you're going to go with that, that's like for home decor, isn't it? Little windowsill box with your rice paper. David's actually left me a couple of the demos. So this one, if you did it, printed it out on rice paper, it's on a tall, thin bottle, would look lovely. And then you can personalise it by putting somebody's anniversary in there. You know, if you bought them a special bottle of something. Then we go on again. These, I adore these. Again, I'd love this. This is like the posh wallpaper that you find in the big houses.
It is. In the big houses.
In the big houses. I'd love it on my walls, but I think it might be a bit much because mine's only a whittle house. So this again, keep going. Then we go on to more texture.
Scripts.
Oh, script is like, Anything with a script, stamp, you name it, it's one of my falls, stamps and postcards and tags. And it just so happens it's postcards on the other one.
Look at that. How fabulous are these? I love these. I love the idea of
Absolutely.
sending a postcard but in an envelope as a
Yes,
card. I think
yes.
that's really cool.
Absolutely. Or use it as a backing paper.
Yep.
Print it off
Or an
big.
insert.
Yeah, just
sentiment on.
gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Then again, so again, look at what we're giving you here. Even it's right down to the beautiful, very pale gradient if you want something very clean and simple. And then moving on to the ones that are weathered and vintaged and look like old pieces of ephemera that you found them in a charity shop or somewhere. And then to give you the ones that are blank. I think this is really important because you could actually just send a postcard, print it off and send it. But then think about your journaling and your memory books and all that kind of thing. It gives you that space to write in as well.
But also building up your rice papers. So if you're somebody that likes taking the artwork that we bring for you from Minecraft Studio, and I love doing this, I'll spend hours and hours just sitting there playing with all the different artwork that you've got and designing your own mats, your own layers, your own rice papers. It's all about layer on layer on layer on layer, whether that's texture, whether it's ephemera, whether it's a focal image, looking at the opacity, all of that kind of thing. You can now become your own designer. And when you see the price on this, I mean, it's $24.99. You're getting 1,140 elements, which is absolutely crazy. How much, Andrew?
25 flat.
Oh, all right, £25 flat. That's right. So £25 is going to get you all this lot. Right, let's finish this off.
And then you've got your post. I love a stamp. I love these stamps. So we have got our printable on the show. So we've even got our PET clears and things like that, clear sticker sheets. So turning these into stickers and creating your own ephemera, you absolutely can do that. Then we've got the card itself.
Oh,
so
I
if
like
you're
those.
just wanting a really quick, clean, simple card where you drag it on, print it off, and that's it, done. But also we've given it you without the sentiment. So maybe you like that colour, but you don't, that sentiment's not quite right. We've done it as a blank so you can fill in your own sentiment.
Lovely.
Then we've got envelopes.
Love it when we do envelopes.
Envelopes, inserts, things like that, which again, you've got all of your stationery. And if you see, your envelopes match your artwork from everything else.
So for your envelope, you're going to cut both of those, and then that's your liner. I love the fact that we give you the envelope liners because that takes your card making to that next level.
There are instructions on all of this as well. So if you're a little bit, don't know quite what it is, there are instructions. But look at these inserts.
I like those.
You print these onto vellum, etc. Just bear with me a second because there's a card on here where this has been used. There, look.
Nice.
Okay,
Love
so they've
that.
taken the insert that matches with the artwork and popped it inside there.
Nice.
Now that makes it a really professional finish to
Absolutely.
a card. So those are your inserts. And then, so we're not finished yet. Now we've got our stationery.
Nice.
So we've got our stationery boxes, which is this.
Oh, that's
Oh, so I will pick that up in a minute. So we've got our stationery box. And again, you do get the instructions. I'll open this in a minute. Let me just get to the end of all of this. So you've got all of these colourways. Again, matching.
There's
all
a lot on here.
There is a lot on here. And also your tags. And then
love
more toppers. Look at all of that.
Love those.
Absolutely gorgeous. But now imagine, okay, this is now adding to that beautiful digital library that we've been bringing you. And I have to say, I think this is a favourite, and David's, and that's quite a big statement to how much we actually bring you. I think it's up there with my favourites. Now, you get the instructions how to make this. So we've got the lid. I'm going to take the lid off. Look at that.
Look how lovely that is.
Isn't that just stunning?
Yeah.
So, those postcards, okay, in here.
Yeah, fabulous.
Your little wax seal. Look at that. Little envelope with a wax seal on it. Okay, you've got your tags. And then in here, you've got your envelopes.
Oh, they look beautiful lined.
Aren't they just? It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, can you imagine doing something like that and gifting it? And them opening it and going, what? But because you've got it as a download as a digital library, you're going to be able to work with this so many times.
Right, fabulous. So if you want that download, it's Shop Flowers and it's 25, I think my own
It is.
still there, £25. You've got £5 saving on that today. Now, do you want something to put it onto? We've got an absolutely stonking deal. Now, 80% of this is already allocated and in people's baskets. We normally bring you 2 blank USBs for £9.99 and they're 4 gig. Today, don't know how we're doing it, but we are. You're getting 2 USBs that are 8 gig. So you're getting double the amount of storage on each one for the same price. Hurry up, be quick. Shop USB, 8 gig, £9.99 for 2. Get those in your baskets and get those baskets checked out, because if you've just bought the scan and cut stuff, that's going to be brilliant on these. You could have one full of all your stencils, another one full of all of your patterns, etc., or with your Minecraft Studio on. Right, Andrew wants us to do the PET sheets next. So do you want to pop onto that side and tell our lovely viewers what this is all about, Amanda?
So
please?
these are your PET sheets. I'm going to open these up. Now, I'm not going to pronounce it because I'll pronounce it wrong, but PET is just
How many crafters does it take to open a plastic bag?
honestly. So all it means is
exactly
what
the same.
it's made out of.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Now, to print on this, you can see that they're shiny, and you need to print this on your settings for photo glossy. Okay, that's what you're needing on this. So they're shiny sheets.
Shiny sheets.
Shiny
Careful.
sheets. There's 6. And when you actually peel this off, it's clear.
Isn't that fabulous? But what's even better is when you put it down onto a piece of pattern paper, you don't see it.
Don't.
It's really clever.
It's amazing. It does cut out with your dies. Absolutely, it will still cut out with your dies. You know, if you're wanting to do your outline dies and things like that. And also you can cut it on your scan and cut.
You can. You need your
Vinyl blade?
no. No idea. No, I do. Metal shim in your Pro Cut. If you're going to cut plastic, you need your metal shim. Right.
What
So
photo settings, what printer settings do they need to print for that? Is that glossy as well?
Yes, glossy photo. When you go into your settings, it will give you photo, glossy photo, etc. So there'll be a list on there. So you want glossy photo or the high quality one as well. So all printers are very, very different. So the one through that we use in there that is our inkjet, you go into your settings and it suggests photo glossy.
there you go.
And that's what we click on and that's what we print it on. And it's all about how your printer then puts the ink down and it prints it a little bit slower. So don't be alarmed and think, what's happened to my printer? It's coming out really slow. It does that on purpose because then it also gives the time to dry the ink as well.
Absolutely.
So don't be like, oh, what have I done? It actually does that.
And the photo settings mean that it does dry. That's
Yes.
the thing.
Yes.
That's why we use it. Right, next we've got our decoupage paper here. Now this is brilliant. I wonder, oh, it is still in. Oh, where's all the little pieces gone? Oh, we had 2 little pieces on there that showed this brilliantly. Anyway, the difference is if you take a piece of this like this and you do that, so let's say that that's a piece of this, and then you take a normal piece of card from under here. Now that's too thin. I need a normal piece of card. So a regular piece of card like this. This is the difference between a decoupage card and a normal card. So if I was going to roll this, I'd have to start like this on here, and then to get a really tight roll up there, what's going to happen is because of the thickness of that card, it's going to crease. So straight away, I'm trying to roll that and it's already creased and I can't get that movement. Can you see as I roll it, it's going to drive me crazy because you're going to end up with loads and loads of
Lines.
cracks in it. If you do it with this, I'm guaranteed this is a smaller piece, but just start to mould it, then you can get right in on that edge like that, and then you can roll it, and it holds its shape. This is brilliant for printing on. You're getting 100 sheets in here. Now watch this, when I let this go, let's just get that nice and tucked in, nice and tight. Look at that. doesn't spring back, it holds its form. This card is perfect for your cutting out your reflections. If you're somebody that, like Amanda, that likes to get all that curve and that shape and that movement, but you want it to stay there, and you don't want those horrible creases that you get with your regular printing card, then this is for you. It's 170 GSM. You're going to get 100 sheets for $12.99, which is amazing. Normal print settings for that?
I would again do it with your shiny,
yeah,
your glossy.
Perfect. But look at the difference. I mean, yeah, it's holding its form because it's thick, but it's all creased. Look at the creases in that. That's awful. Look. And that's just by rolling it. This.
Not a mark in it.
Look at that. Night and day. The difference is night and day. So if you want this shop paper, we'll get you 100 A4 sheets, obviously printable, so you can do all your reflections, artwork, etc. on there. $12.99. Right, Andrew, what did you want us to do next, please?
Just got a couple of questions about the PT sheets, and then we'll go to demo.
Okay, question. Can you use the decoupage paper on the scan and cut? Yes, absolutely. Can you heat emboss on the PET sheets?
Nope.
It'll melt. I wouldn't know, absolutely not. And Jane asks, will the PET sheets be waterproof when printed? In other words, does the ink bleed?
No, the ink doesn't come away. No, it dries. But are you saying to go outside or onto outdoor something? If you're putting it outside, if it's only for decoration purposes and a flat surface, yes. If you're then doing it and wanting to leave it outside, you can put it onto different surfaces. However, if it's going outside as a permanent thing, I would aquastone it.
Yeah, use your aquastone varnish.
Definitely seal it.
And it's back in stock. In fact, we've got a big bottle of aquastone in stock now.
Are we supposed to be telling him?
Well, we told them yesterday, so it's too late now, isn't it? Question, can you draw on the PET sheets with the scan and cut? You can, but you will need a permanent marker. So on your, when it's drawing on a CM machine, get it to, so this is a thing, right? Is a thing.
It's
so,
a thing.
you know the barcodes on the back of all your accessories, like your blades, etc., etc. On the foil one, so when on the glue pen one, it's the same barcode as the universal pen holder. So if you buy yourself a Sharpie or a permanent pen, put it in your universal pen holder, and instead of telling it to draw it, you tell it to glue with your glue in, it will do it from the bottom up. So even on a CM machine, you can draw on something like your PET sheets, must be a permanent pen, something like a Sharpie, and the ink won't bleed because it draws it from the bottom up. So you fool it into thinking it's putting the glue down, when it's not, it's actually putting ink down, but it doesn't know, it just knows that you've got that holder in there. On an SDX, it doesn't matter because you can lift the back rollers, but on a CM you'd still be able to do that. Just get yourself some permanent markers. The universal pen holder will take a Sharpie up to and including the ultra fine, which is the ones that I would recommend for drawing because you get that nice fine line. You can usually buy them in a supermarket for a set, but permanent, they're brilliant. Right, okay, hope that answers all your questions. Right, demo now, Amanda, please.
Right, come on in.
Let's see what we can make with all this lovely stuff, shall we?
So earlier on you saw David building a card like this. I'm going to take you through what is actually included in the USB. Okay, he's left me a couple of things to show you as well. So in here, and then I want Field of Flowers, and then when we open Field of Flowers and we go in here, look how many folders are in here. That's why there were so many thumbnails that we went through, because there's hundreds of things. So you've got your folder that is your backgrounds, your decoupage sheets, your design sheets. And I love the fact that it's all been divided out because it's quick reference, which we were talking about earlier. We've not given you one folder and just crammed everything in there, and then you've got to go in and scroll down to find the tags. If you're wanting to go in and find the tags, it's got its own folder, which makes it really quick. So I'm going to go into the backgrounds, and I'm just going to bring on a few of these backgrounds. Okay, so I'm going to take the grid and the ruler away because sometimes that, and then I'm just going to, oops, come on. There we go, so we can see all of it. Now the artwork is beautiful. Now even that is the very first one. I've just clicked and dragged it on. Can you imagine now that being a rice paper instead of anything else? before we do anything else with it. It's just beautiful. Same thing again with that, just a rice paper, okay? Now when you're thinking about building on top of these and using all of your other printables, let's scroll all the way down. And like we said, this has come from our archives, but I cannot believe that something as classical as this has come from our archives, because when it was when it was originally launched, it is still workable and usable today. It hasn't altered, okay? Loving all of these textures. So not only have you got your textures, your backgrounds, your colour themes, we also give you, and this is one of my favourites, so that is the same paper, okay? But we've changed it slightly for you and made it a little bit bigger. Then we've made it a little bit smaller. All of this, you know, and you know when you're working with it, everything is going to match and coordinate. You haven't got to go, okay, so this USB's got my pink ones on, let's find the other one that's got my backing papers on that are solid and all the rest of it. It's all here in one place for you to work with.
Would you suggest printing off the indexes?
Yes, absolutely, just like we do. If obviously
A4.
we do it on A3, but I would definitely do it on A4, absolutely, because then you've got the quick reference. Because here at the bottom you have got, it says background 139. Now let's go back up here to the indexes, and I'm going to drag an index sheet on, and I'm going to make it bigger because then you'll be able to see it far easier. But underneath each one it tells you what the number is. So then it's quick for you. Once you've gone through, you go, right, okay, I want background 63, I want background 77. So you write your little list and then you go shopping.
Perfect.
And pick everything up. That's how I think of it anyway. So let's go back into Field of Flowers. These are your decoupage layers. And again, like Mel was suggesting, look at all of that. To actually work with it with the Sospresso Trasparente. There you go, you see, I've been practicing. So, aren't they beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. But then even making your own. Maybe you say, right, okay, I don't want all of those, but I want 7 of these. Bring on 7 of those and build your own decoupage sheets. Remember, with Minecraft Studio, you are now the designer. So all of this, mix and match it up. You go, right, okay, I want that one, but I also want a little bit of pink bringing in. That is actually that sample. That flower is that sample that we've got on there. So once you've got all of your decoupage pieces, whether you're going to create what we've got here or design your own, you've then got your design sheets. Now, the design sheets is something that I've actually got one that I'm going to demo with, because these are so easy. Now, the design sheet has actually got everything ready for you to go, okay? It has got your matten layer, it's got that little bit of ribbon, it's got your sentiments, your butterflies. All of this is ready for you just to cut out and build. Really simple crafting and quick too. And also, you can make and sell, okay? So if you're somebody that has got a charitable, you want quick cards, absolutely do this. Take your blank cards or something like this without your sentiments on to a craft fair that you're selling. Take a whole boatload of sentiments, or take your laptop, Minecraft Studio, do the personalisation, print it off, say, right, what do you want on there? There you go. Actually do your topper while they're sat waiting.
Lovely.
It's brilliant, okay? Then we're going to move on from the toppers. Again, look at all the colourways that you're actually working with. Now, we're going to go to our digi-stamps, which is one of my favourites.
Sorry, Amanda, to interrupt. The USBs are now approaching limited stock. Shop USB is going to get you 2 8-gig for $9.99 instead of our usual 2 4-gig for $9.99. So twice as much storage across each of those USBs. Don't miss out on those. Shop USB $9.99.
Now, this is a card I made with this particular one, and I made my own little image on the front there, okay, with the digi-stamps. I wanted to do something really quite simple, and it was quite amusing that I've chosen this colourway and David also chose the same one to work with, which I thought was quite funny. So all I did was bring on my first image. Then I brought on the longer stems because I wanted to elongate it, and because they're stamped black images, If I nest that in there, you can't actually see where it joins. Yeah, there's no, I didn't have to do you know, as stamping goes, lots of masking and things like that. Then a few more of the taller pieces. And I literally just tucked it in, and where I could find a black spot to actually put it on there, I did. Nest that one in there somewhere. Okay, made that one a little bit taller. So now, and then I did my own little topper. Again, chose a few other pieces, and then as you go further down, you've got your butterflies, and I thought, right, I'm just going to put a little butterfly on here, but I want it facing in the other direction, so I want to flip it like so. It needs to be much smaller because obviously my flowers are a lot smaller, and I can rotate it. Then I grouped all of that together like so at the top group, so it's now one piece. Now if I want to, that can just be my card front on its own with one of the backing papers in situ. So let's quickly do that. Go to my backgrounds, drop down here until I found, you see, this is why you do need, there's one, okay, like so. I'm going to make that smaller, pop that on there, click, order, bring to front.
Right, so when you're first using Microsoft Studio, you won't be as fast as Amanda is. You've got to get used to where everything is.
Yeah.
And the first thing that I discovered is if it's not on the band at the top, so we're at the top where you've got all your functions, etc., etc., if it's not there, it's on a right click on your mouse. So order, flip, all that kind of thing is on your mouse. So you right click your mouse and they come up, because if you're new to it, you wouldn't know that. You'd be looking everywhere for flip on order, and it's not at the top. It's literally right click on your mouse and it's there. And just take your time. The best thing to do is, it's got an undo button. So if you do something wrong, you can undo it, which is super cool. And that means that it takes the fear out of it, and it means that you just sit there and play. And you will play for hours, and it goes down that rabbit hole. I'm warning you now, it's fiercely addictive. And this program was designed nearly 16 years ago now. It's never been changed because it's really, really good, and it's really easy to use. It's very intuitive in the way that you use, and it was designed by crafters for crafters. So it's in the language that we speak, like crop, scissors, all that kind of thing. So we understand that jargon from actually physically paper crafting. And what's lovely about this is you can save all your designs. I'll tell you what else, you can email your cards. You don't even need to go out and post them. You can email them, but you become the designer, which is fab. Sorry, Amanda, I just wanted people to know that, because, you know, if you don't know where they are and you're sitting there like I was going, where on earth is this? That's where it is.
Now, we do have a Minecraft Studio Club with our incredible Miss Diane. And what Diane has forgotten about Minecraft Studio is, like, I'm nowhere near learned all of that. So if you're wanting to go on a journey and learn all about Minecraft Studio and the digital way of crafting, which is what this is all about, our lovely Diane, she was there right at the beginning designing the program, okay? So she really does know it inside out and back to front, okay? All the little twist turns and tips and techniques that you could possibly ever want to know about Minecraft Studio. And for that, it's Shop MCS. Now, we have released Shop MCS 1, which is the very first 3 lessons, okay? So it's an MCS club. When you join it, it's $29.99, is that right? Yeah. And you've got for that club, they've got their own Facebook place, and you've got your own email destination, okay? Nobody else, unless you're in that club, can actually get in there.
And it's $29.99 for 3 months.
3 months. That's
3
not
classes.
So it's like £10
a month.
£10 a month, okay? Now, when you do that, the lovely, whether it be Diane, Mel, Stephanie, or David, they will film you a class, okay? And that class is filmed, it doesn't matter how long it is, to actually teach you that technique from start to finish, and it doesn't skip or jump processes, because it is teaching you as much as we can possibly teach you within that time period, okay? And you get one every month, okay, which is amazing, but only you club members will ever get access to it. It's not then going to go out there into the popular domain. it's for you guys. So you can get Shop MCS 1, the word 1, or you can now get Shop MCS 2, which is the word 2. Now that gives you 6 lessons, which is 6 months worth of education with Minecraft Studio, and you get your homework and everything as well. And I know Mel, Stephanie, Diane, David are all seeing what you're all doing in your clubs, and it's very exciting.
It is, absolutely.
Super exciting.
Lisa C says, good morning, everybody.
Oh,
it's afternoon now, Lisa. No, I'm like that. I have no idea what day it is today. I just had a thought while Amanda was building her florals. If you use the glue pens to highlight a few of those flowers and then added the gilding flake, it would be gorgeous. It would, absolutely. Fran says the program is not dated at all. I love using all the artwork together. Highlight Crafts are good at making sure everything works together. That's because we're crafters, and we're crafters first. That's it, hardcore. Amanda came to us as a customer.
yes.
Right, to work to, and then ended up working here, because once we get you, don't let you go. But yeah, I absolutely agree, Fran. It's phenomenal. And building a digital library means that at any opportunity, somebody can come and say, can you make me a boys card that's quite steampunk based, but it has a bit of football and a bit of golf on it? And you're like, yeah, okay. But you will find something. So building that digital library is fabulous. The other 2 great things is, first of all, no postage, and secondly, it's instant. Right, Amanda, sorry, I carry on doing that now.
Talking
and then
about
we can see
instant,
it finished.
I can't remember the lady's name. I think it was Susan. A lady earlier on, the first hour, David and myself, we got so far through the show, and she put a message in that said that she'd got it, bought it, downloaded it, and she was using it within that hour of us actually talking, which was brilliant, and loving it. So
right, let's finish this off.
So all I'm now going to do is I'm going to click on there, and I want to put a drop shadow onto it, because this is how easy this is. So I'm going to go into effects, come down here, and when you go into your effects, okay, so you've got your basic effects, so you've got your opacity, your contrast, and your brightness, and they do exactly that. They make it brighter, okay, or they make it transparent. So the colour, again, these are words that we're all used to. So you've got your rainbow and your saturation, your blur, your emboss. So you've even got a proper a pretend emboss function on here. But when you get this home and you open it up, all you need to do is literally get hold of the sliders and move them up and down and find out what they do. That's all you need to do. That's exactly how I learned it. And then you've got your drop shadow or your vignette, or I can create soft edges. So I'm just going to add a drop shadow, okay? Or I can add a blur radius like so as well. So it's up to you. So I'm going to pop a little bit of a drop shadow on there, not quite so much. Now you can actually see it's in the background. So all I need to do now is I'm going to go to print. I want to change my background, okay, to landscape. Please change. There we go. And when I print this off, my card blank, oops, sorry everybody, I actually need to group that together. So go home. I'm going to drag off of here, grab hold of everything and group. When you actually print it, you need to print it. You'd think you print it over here, but you need to print it on this side, okay? And I can make that a little bit bigger if I want to.
I think, Amanda, going forward, because card prices are about to go through the roof. Well, they are going up now. But I think doing your matting and layering on here.
Yes.
And then putting your topper on at the end that you physically crafted. I think that's amazing. Use the digital bit to save you the money, because it's just, you can use digital punches that are inside the actual program itself. And all your mats and layers can be done digitally, and then your main focal point can be crafted on top. I think that's a great shout, great way to do it. That reminds me, from looking at it from here, from a wooden block stamp.
Yes.
Doesn't it?
Yes.
Does it look like a wooden block stamp?
Do you know, when you go back and I look at my wooden blocks, even now, they make me nervous now, because it's like you can't see. You can't actually see. You've inked it up and it's like, you can't physically see anything, can you? And it was like, okay, right, I'm going to put it down, but has it actually done it?
Well, that was our Barbara Gray.
That was like, what am I doing?
She lived in America. She used to go in all these shops and have a look at these wooden block stamps and think, well, how do you see what you're doing? And then came up with the polymer.
So you can actually see what you're stamping, which
really
makes it a whole new ball game.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to add text. I've gone into my text box. I'm going to add text. put a little text box down here, and then in here I can put...
We've got Sheila and Sharon both saying that they love Diane's club, which is great. I love that. I love the fact that once a month we get to bring you something new and teach you something different that we just don't have time to do thoroughly in shows, but I love the fact that we get to do that as a club. It's great fun. And there's a die cutting club now as well.
There is. So now I've put that on there. I've put it's handmade by me. I'm going to make that a little bit smaller and bring it down into the middle here. So when I print that off, all I've got to do is score down the middle, fold it in half, and I've made myself just a normal card.
Right, let me hear, Amber, do you want to come round here and have a look at some of these finished samples, darling, because they're absolutely beautiful.
They are.
And you would never know that that wasn't out of a paper kit. They're absolutely fabulous. That drop shadow is brilliant, and the fact that you can then blur it out and you can change the direction of the drop shadow makes it really easy. Look at this card here, Amber. Apart from the tag, that layer there from there right the way through is completely flat. That is not black card with paper behind it and another piece of black card there. Actually, what they've done is it's all done digitally. They've just scuffed the edge of it to make it look like it's mats and layers. It's so clever. I love Minecraft Studio, and I avoided it for a long time, and I avoided it for two reasons. First of all, I'm a technophobe and I'm rubbish on a computer. There's days when I walk past them and they just go off. They're like, not in a million years is she coming near me because she's rubbish. And I didn't want to do that. And I was absolutely convinced that I wouldn't be able to use it. And then I'd get frustrated, and then I'd lose faith, and all would all just go out the window. However, it is so intuitive and it's so easy. And that undo button takes all that fear away of what happens if I press that and I've done all this work and I press that and then I lose it. It doesn't work like that. It's absolutely brilliant. You will go down a rabbit hole. If you have a scan and cut, that is the best thing to use alongside it, because if it's out of a design sheet, so if you bring on all those flower heads, in fact, let's do it, Amanda.
Do it. Yeah.
Just bring on some flower heads for me, because you can create your cutting files for whatever you're doing. I sat and watched Diane for the best part of 10 years doing Minecraft Studio, and I will say 60% of the time somebody emailed in and said, how do I cut it out? And she said, well, you get a trimmer or you get a pair of scissors and you crop it round. Then I don't think it'll work with a design sheet, love. Just go to brightness and turn it, go right over to the left. I think it has to be individual elements. Can you see it turns the whole sheet because they're attached to the rectangle. So you bring on individually. So first of all, I didn't think I could use it. I could. Secondly, I knew that it was going to end up like a scan and cut, that if I went down that rabbit hole, I wouldn't come out of it for a long time. And that was true. But using the two together is fabulous. So, for example, if you bring on these flowers like Amanda's brought on, just select one of them, love. Don't matter which one. That one. That'll do, the one that's selected. Go into effects, and at the top you'll see brightness. Take that right over to the left. It turns it black. As soon as I did that, I was like, Diane! She went, what? I said, come and have a look at this. And she went, yeah, I know. I went, yes, but now you can scan it in. So now you've got a cutting file for that sheet of flowers, which is super, super, super cool. So you're going to bring it on in your colour, print it off, keep everything exactly where it is, group it all together and turn the whole thing black. Scan in the black one to cut data, so you're creating your own cutting file, and you're allowed to do that because we buy the correct commercial license so that we can sell it to you and then you can sell it on. So scan that in and create that cutting file, save it, bring it back on and group it together. Don't move anything, just group it together. Put it in, when you're scanning it in, you can move the whole thing then as one piece. So then you're going to scan in your coloured one, take your grouped one that you've created the file for and literally lay it over the top. That way you won't need to move pieces around because you have literally taken that, made it black, scanned it in. It's brilliant. And that, as a marriage made in heaven, is fabulous. And the best bit is, if you haven't got Minecraft Studio right now, you can go into Highlight Crafts and download it for free. Why would you not want that graphics program? It's brilliant. Think about all the animals and things like that we bring you. You've now got them all in silhouettes because you can turn it black. You can have a rainbow of hundreds of different colours. It's amazing, and if you've never tried it before, please give it a go, because when we bring you artwork like this for £25 for almost, well, 1,140 files, if you're somebody that loves the idea of being able to take a pattern paper that's been designed and change it and print it whenever you want it on what you want, then Minecraft Studio is absolutely for you. And the amount of artwork that we bring you for this program, whether we're going back into the archives like we are now, which tells me that this is classic artwork. If this has lasted a long time, it's going to last like previous, it's then going to last a long time going forward, because it's classic designs. I love this program, and I think you'll love it too. And then when you see packs like this, so imagine you go to your local craft shop, right, and all of this is printed out, all 1,140 elements. Someone's got to pay for the card, someone's got to print it. You're probably looking at retail about £1 a sheet. Let's say 50 pence a sheet if you're lucky. That equates to £570, please. But I really like that one and I want that 6 times. Okay, well, that's another £3. Yeah, but what if I want it on rice paper? Oh, well, that's more expensive because the rice paper is more expensive. This is the conversation that you would have. At home, you literally go, right, I want that, but I want it faded back. Then I want to add a little bit of text over the top, and I want to put a couple of postcards and a flower in the bottom corner. You can do that. This artwork is absolutely beautiful. Every time I come in here and do a Minecraft Studio show, I need the artwork because it's phenomenal. £25 to get all of that content that you can then turn into your own papers is amazing. How many times have you been out and bought 3 packs of this or 4 packs of the same paper? Because you like 1 or 2 that are in there and you don't want it to run out. Never runs out with Minecraft Studio. It's absolutely brilliant. Now, Shop Flowers is going to get you the field of flowers for £25 today. That's incredible value for money. Because now, and also there's no storage. Even that, you know, where would you store that? I'll tell you what, as an art journaler, I'd be cutting these little bits out and using them in miniatures.
Yeah.
No, don't waste your indexes, but do print them off. Just print them off on the cheapest paper, put them in a file, label the file, job done. But it's much easier to navigate around. And I love the fact that you get so much content for a small amount of money compared to buying physical. So Shop Flowers will get you all of that artwork. Shop USB, now normally we sell you 2 of these. This is for scan and cut users as well, please. Normally we sell you 2 of these and they're 4 gig each for £9.99. We've got different ones sent through. When I tell you a story, the people that we buy them from sent the wrong ones. So you're getting a deal. 2 of them, 8 gig each, so twice the amount of stories that you would have got, but for the same price, £9.99. Shop USB will get you 2 of those. Right, Amanda, my love, let's go back and do another demo and inspire us some more, please.
So very quickly, like Mel was suggesting, on here, just very quickly, I've brought on one of those papers, okay, and I'm now going to go to the colour hue. Okay, and I love doing this because yes, I've got it in that colour, but what about if you want it that colour?
Isn't that beautiful?
Or any of these colours, all those colours. Are you watching that number go up? Okay, so you have got 359 colours of that one paper. Okay, so let's take that back that way. We're now going to do the rainbow. So let's get hold of the rainbow slider and watch the papers, because now
what's the difference?
So the colour, all of that is that tone. It's all the one tone of colour.
When you use
just the hue.
Right.
Okay, so it's just a hue of colour. Whether it be creams, browns, yellows, it doesn't matter what it is, it stays, all of it stays the same. When we do the rainbow, at the moment we've got multicolours on the screen, okay? So what it will now do when I move that slider, it rotates through the colours of all of this. So if I just get hold of that and move it slightly, you can see that they're not, everything's not green. The leaves are blue, the flowers are green. It's changed it as a rainbow. It is rainbowing through and cycling through the colours for the individual colours that are on the screen. So keep going, look, so all the way up. So initially we had 359 of one colour, we've now got 359 rainbow sheets. So how many is that? That's 600, 718, 700 different sheets just of one pattern. And that's the versatility of having this.
At 50 pence each, well, probably the best part of a
Yeah.
pound each. And
But-
then 1,140 times.
Yes.
See what I
Then
mean? Numbers get too big, don't they?
rice paper, sticker sheets, you name it, you can print it onto it. But to have this kind of a library is phenomenal. And then I love these because I do like the idea of I still do love doing the actual physical form. And I like crafting with something like this because you just cut out your elements and build a card.
With your new trimmer?
With your new trimmer. But it's already done for you. Look. You don't have to worry about, oh, what backing paper do I need for this? It's literally cut out every piece and pop it together. It couldn't be any easier. It is brilliant, absolutely brilliant. But I've now got that in 359 different colours.
I know, it's mad, isn't it? We just passed me that piece of paper that says Happy 60th at the
That
end.
one?
Yeah. Look how lovely that is. Isn't that just fabulous? And it's completely flat. But you would never know, would you? I love that. So you've got your outside edge, you've got a drop shadow in here, you've got another matte layer in there with the digital punches. The digital punches are brilliant, by the way. You've got your little tags in the corner, you've got your detail in the background, matting and layering, your butterflies in there, adding extra little bits of pop of colour in there as well. How fantastic is that? And it's completely flat. The drop shadow, where you blur the edges or you blur the drop shadow, makes such a massive difference. It makes everything pop. And the more you can have in that digital library, the more versatile as a crafter you will be. And that's lovely. And we want everything, don't we, as crafters?
Yes.
You know, if I went into a shop and they had all that displayed, I wouldn't know where to start. I wouldn't know which ones to pick first because I'd want them all. And then I go out being really happy that I got some, but I get a little bit sad because I was like, yeah, but I wanted the rest of them and I couldn't afford it. This way, you can have all of it, literally at the click of a button. And you only need to print off the size that you want. You don't have to print a whole A4 sheet. You can use the digipunches or you can just scale it down. But it's a brilliant opportunity to be able to get a lot for a little. And even on your things like, your wibblers on there, but even on things like your shrink plastic.
Acetate, all of that.
Isn't that lovely?
Isn't that just adorable? Again, just mats and layers and using that topper and the ability to either say, love you, happy 60th, congratulations, anything like that. The personalisation nowadays is huge.
Absolutely.
And to have that at your fingertips is amazing. Can you imagine? This frustrates quite a lot of people, and me too. You might have got somebody in your family that's got that name that's spelt that
Mine
little
was
bit
that way.
different.
All the way growing up, could never get a mug or a pen or
No.
anything with my name on it,
No,
ever.
you can never get it. Now you're in control of all of that. A Lovely Mel's brings that lovely vinyl, and some of it is printable.
The white is printable.
Yeah. So now cut it down to A4, print it out, and you're now doing the design sheets onto printable vinyl, which
Absolutely.
is amazing.
Right, now talking of printables, it's not about the quality of your printer, it's about the quality of the paper that you're printing onto. So I'm going to whiz through these because I know we're coming to the end of the show. Shop Pure will get you 75 sheets of 250 GSM, and this is your regular pure print. So if you're a scan and cut user, that's the one that you want to go for. Shop 40, this is the one that I use for my reflections all the time. We'll get you 100 sheets of 140 GSM pure print. Premium pure print, different ball game. Please don't put this anywhere near your scan and cut mats because it loves it and it doesn't want to give it you back. And the reason for that is the fibres are so tiny that it creates a really dense surface, if you like. So as you put it on your mat, it just does that and it grabs it and it will not let it go. So you'd have to run it under the tap, let the water penetrate through that paper and then scrape it off. Just don't use it. Pure print, absolutely brilliant with your scan and cut. Premium, perfect for Minecraft Studio and your die cutting. So if you want the premium, you get 75 sheets of 140 for $14.99 or 75 sheets of 250 for $14.99. We also have your printable rice paper on. This is the one that David uses all the time. Shop Rice will get you 20 sheets of that for $12.99. We've then got your printable acetate, which you've got in here. Shop Acetate, $14.99 will get you 25 sheets of that. Think about all these different things that you can print on now. Then we've got our sticker sheets here. So you're going to get how many sheets? 10 of your glossy white,
Yep.
and 10 of your matte white, both together
Yes.
for $11.99. Shop Sticker. That's a cracking deal. Even get the kids playing on it. You know Adam Humphreys?
Yes.
He got my craft studio for Molly. He said it's her favourite thing to craft with because she'll just sit there for hours and hours and hours and design. Right, if you want your PET sheets, 6 of them.
$12.99.
Oh, I've got to say, I can't read that. It looks like 66.71 upside down. $12.99 will get you 6 sheets of that. Make sure you're cramming every little space full of those images. Multi-surface label printers, these are really cool. So you get 100 sheets across all these different layouts of your stickers. Now you could do that, set it up in Minecraft Studio. Those could be your address labels.
Absolutely.
Or your handmade with love labels. All of that. Absolutely fantastic. Right. We've got to say goodbye to you for a bit now.
Is that
Got to
it?
go into some work.
Oh.
I know, I've got loads to prep this afternoon. I don't know I'm going to fit it all in, but I will, because we always do.
We do.
Thank you ever so much for your company. It's been lovely so far today. I will be back at 6 o'clock tonight with your final scan and cut show of the day. If you've got that paper piercing kit sat in your basket, make sure you check out, because our 6 o'clock show with scan and cut is one of the busiest ones of the day because people are coming back in from work. So make sure you don't miss out on that. And I will see you at 6 o'clock. Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you, everybody.
To the team, but thank you to you. Take care. Bye.